Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the McMimi channel. Today, we're going to be doing a video on barrels and how to make better barrels and how to make good, interesting clutter for your worlds. So, if you'll follow me over here behind this wall, we have some basic barrel techniques that you may or may not know. The first off is just the barrel. This one looks pretty nice, honestly. It's a great block. And if you mix in crafting tables, chests, and this is the beehive, if you guys have never seen this one, it's like made using wood and beeswax. And it just looks like a very nice sort of box. It looks a bit like a cardboard box you might see stacked somewhere. Some other ones you can use, actually, people don't know about, is the note block. It looks very much like a crate. You can use spruce to just make this very simple looking box. Same thing with the new bookshelves. It looks a bit more reinforced. And then there's these nails here which really fit in. You can use ladders as well. And pistons are a very nice sort of looking block. Some of my OGs will know about the six-sided pistons they had back in the day, which looked really cool. Those really look like crates, but these still serve a decent purpose. Moving on, we have larger crates, Since this is a contiguous block, the whole thing looks quite nice even when you put it next to other stuff. And if you add a trapdoor, this really looks like a crate. To get a bit more fancy, you can have maybe a barrel tipped over, and with an item frame and a trapdoor, it looks like it's spilled open. The item frame is necessary because if you just have the trapdoor, it doesn't actually look like the barrel is open, since you can still see the barrel handle, or I don't even know what this is, like a spigot or something. But it looks like the barrel is not open. It's just like there's a trapdoor here. But if you put that, it sort of looks like you could imagine the barrel has opened up, it's tipped over, and it's broken apart. You can even get a bit creative and put an item there if you wanted to denote something you were storing. And the trapdoor just looks nice on the top. It kind of looks like an extension of a barrel. It makes it a bit more round overall. Another technique uses these slabs with the water. You put that down, and then you put a coral block over top. As you can see here, there's water. The purpose of this is that the coral block will not turn into a dead coral block if it's touching water. If you do this, you can get sort of what looks like a interesting fruit barrel. This one especially, to my mind, looks a lot like grapes. And you can do any trapdoor basically, or any shelf. I just think the spruce trapdoor and spruce in general is the best block. It looks very nice. It looks a lot like, someone nailed some planks together and then they got a barrel. So that's an awfully good technique. Another one is using the compost block, which in my opinion is very disgusting. I don't know about what's about it, but something about this color and this pattern is really sickening to me. So in my opinion, you got to cover that up. You could also use the trapdoors, but I used the shelves here. And when you fill it up, it kind of looks like that nice compost texture. I don't know what this exactly is. It's the bone meal, when it's about to be clicked. But if you were just walking by, that looks an awful lot like a trash can or something, And you don't have to worry about this sickening texture. There is some use for these guys, though. I think the bottom looks very nice. You can use that as a ceiling, maybe. So I'm not going to hate on it that much. Now we move on to bigger barrels. You want to make sure as you get bigger that your barrel is looking more round. With these things, it's kind of, there's not too much you can do, but as you can see with the trapdoors, it does look more round than it did before if it's just a block, you know? But when you get to this scale, you want to use maybe some stairs in the corners to ensure slight roundness to the barrel. You can even go a step further and use trapdoors on the sides, and as you can see, this is a very round looking shape. If you even want to raise it up with some walls, you can put a spigot here, and then below it, you know, someone is filling up an amphora of wine or a jar of wine. This is a technique I use. The flower pot, you put it on a regular pot, and it just makes it a bit more dynamic. It's a bit taller, and it's got a bit more of like a stem, I guess would be the word. So it kind of looks like, I don't know, a bit more interesting. But this is a very nice block. I don't see enough people using it. Finally, we've got the barrel wall. This is something I think that a lot of people should put in their worlds just because it looks very nice. It's an alternative storage method than just having chests everywhere, which, I mean, any great player has got to have a chest room, you know? But why not make it look a little nicer? If you stack these barrels on top of each other, you can still access them, and also these lag less than chests because they're a full entity, a full block, I should say. And then you can just add some spigots and maybe a little thing. And as you can see here, some brown stained glass. So it's kind of like it's dripping. It's a bit dynamic. By doing this, you can put this in a wall, maybe in a cellar or something, and obviously alternate on the design. I just put some trapdoors here and some slabs in between, and it looks very nice. Finally, as you can see here, we've got sort of a design of all of this put together. So I just put this together really quickly. It's sort of a subterranean looking cellar. You've got a big crate and then crafting table on this, and it looks like clutter. It looks very nice. This guy's obviously fallen over. Over here we've got some of those boxes, even some logs. If anyone doesn't know, this is a campfire that you right-clicked a shovel on, and it puts out the fire. So then you just get some logs, and it's a very nice looking addition. I think chests are heavily underutilized when people are making sort of crates or barrels because it's not a solid block. If we just put another beehive here, that looks stupid. Like straight up, that just looks dumb. It's the same height, it kind of looks shite. But then you put a chest here, and oh, you may not have noticed this, but your brain is telling you this looks slightly nicer because the hitbox is smaller. So it doesn't feel as much like it's sort of this jagged edge. It's a bit softer, you know? Then over here, we have some barrels with the coral. You can imagine this might be some grapes or something. Someone's going to jump on these to make some wine. And then we're going to put it in our big barrel over here. This is the same exact design as the previous one, just using oak because I accidentally used spruce here, and then I forgot. And then over here we just have some more barrels. So I think this is all a pretty decent concept for how you can better add clutter, barrels, and fill up rooms with stuff without really needing to design too much. This is a pretty big space, honestly, but it feels very full. If you just had, you know, some chests along the walls and stuff, it would kind of feel open and just not very nice. So you just need to use a lot of the techniques I showed. They're very simple, and you can add some natural clutter to your worlds. It makes the builds feel much more alive, and it's just much more pleasing to your brain. If you just are constantly coming back to a really bland build, there's nothing going on, there's no action, it starts to feel a bit dead. That's the video for today, guys. I'm trying to do these building videos. I don't know if you guys want to leave a like if you like this. I'll do some more if you want to make a comment about something you'd like to see. I'm just full of ideas, so I would love to share more with you guys. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later.